Hi there, Sir Nick here. Now, I know a lot of club golfers are still at that level of they would just like to get out the bunker. That's kind of like their number one goal. So let me just help you, give you a few ideas, a few of my absolute musts, because a couple of them are really key. So what are we trying to do out in a bunker? We're basically trying to strike the sand right behind the ball, a couple of inches below. So we need some consistency to be able to do that. So one simple thing is to put a line in the sand, like so. Put your left heel on the line. You're going to stand a little bit open to your line, just a few degrees. You put the club into that line, open it up. We'll come to that later, but make sure butt of the club's pointing at your belly button or your belt buckle, somewhere there, not too far forward. Back is better than forward, okay? So just simply set up like that, and that's a good start, okay? So the next thing I discovered, which is quite interested in, where to put the club face. And one of the things is, when you draw a line to the flags, your line there, and you've obviously got a ball here, when you come and stand here, that line is actually pointing at least 3 yards right of that flag. So when we say open the club face, a lot of people will open it, but it actually might even still be shut to that line. So that's a big help. When you got to open the face, you've really got to crank it open. You've got to look at those groove lines, and they've got to be pointing right of that line. So it's another big help. So come and double check and think, wow, that is pointing in the right place. So that is where the club face has got to be. So if I get my heel in the right place, the club face open in the right place, I've got a really good base to get this swing started. So the next part is a bit of the psychology, isn't it? This is a scary spot. A lot of people panic when they get in the sand. So I've been playing with my mates, and I've been asking a simple trick, because you've heard us talk about you're not trying to whack the leading edge in, you're trying to hit the bounce of the club. That's what connects with the sand. So when you hold it here, you obviously don't see it. So flip your wedge over, hold it like that, and have a look at the bounce. And just soak that up and think, right, I want that little picture. Oh, now I can see the picture of what is going into the sand. I've tried this, as I said, with a few of my mates, and they like it. So have a look and think, I want that is the key to whack into the back of the sand. Now, so we open the face, good. I'm picturing that. I've seen it. I'm going to whack the bounce into the sand behind the ball. So the next really important part of the lesson is you've got to get the club head moving first. So basically you're trying to set the club as quickly as possible. None of this lag or anything. You get a lag, you slap it and it goes anywhere. So from there, think, set the club face, set it as fast as you like. Not too worried about the line, but so face is good. Right, set it, whack it. There it is. There's your basic bunker shot, isn't it? Let's do another one. I'm going to do one back here. I can put some lines in. You've got my lines going there, yeah? Face. So really set it, and then whack that bounce into the sand, not the golf ball. You're just trying to whack the sand. So that was pretty darn good. The next part that will really help you is where you're going to put your weight as well. Get my lines in. I've watched Gary Player over the years and Seve over the years, and when they say put the weight on your left side, they really do. Gary leans into everything. He puts his, the sole of the shoe into the sand like so. So he's got everything in this shape. Everything's trying to go that way. Seve was the same. He was wider, legs were here, hands were low. But you can see from that position, everything is all about going from there to there. That's all we're trying to do. So you must set your leg. You can't stand like a jellyfish and do all this, because nothing will happen. So get in there, get the legs so they're really braced, right? And then, what did I say? Set it as fast as you just set it and whack the bounce. Try a few of those. And remember, obviously, you've got to have some momentum going forward. The other thing gosh, you've read 1,001 articles, haven't we? You stand open the face, swing outside, if you do all of that together, you get that. So we've got to have a bit of oomph going forward. So if that's not working for you, don't do it with a golf ball for a while. There's your lines, get in position. So that sand has got to be heading out the bunker, hasn't it? So just for a little while, practice. Right, perfect. Look, thump the sand onto the green. Makes sense. If the sand just explodes in front of you, nothing's going to happen. So there you go. So lean into it. Picture that. Right, I'm going to whack that little worn out spot right in the back of the, boom, there you go. So try that. I think that little psychology trick might do the trick.